Already in the search for your next family vacation destination? Why not choose the picturesque Red Sea and combine it with exciting activities like scuba diving, snorkeling, jet skiing, or maybe something less adventurous? With this package information you can easily plan your stay in Hurghada or Sharm El Sheikh and learn everything about shopping, transportation, and things to do. Hello, and welcome to our channel. Egypt is one of the most popular destinations in the world for tourists. This channel will give you all the information you need on Egyptian tourism, from what to see to where to stay. Subscribe and watch videos about Egypt's history, culture, and landscape and discover why this country is so appealing for travelers. In this video, we are going to talk about facts about the Red Sea and the most important cities overlooking it. Red Sea, narrow inland sea between the Arabian Peninsula and Africa. It extends southeast from Suez, Egypt, initially as the Gulf of Suez, for about 1,930 kilometers to the Strait of Mandeb, which connects with the Gulf of Aden and then with the Arabian Sea. This sea has a surface area of roughly 438,000 square kilometers and is about 2,250 kilometers in length. The maximum width of the sea is 355 kilometers, and the sea's deepest point is 3,040 m, with the sea's estimated average depth being 490 m. The total number of countries bordering the Red Sea is 8. The Red Sea separates the coasts of Egypt, Sudan, Eritrea, and Djibouti in the western side from those of Saudi Arabia and Yemen in the eastern side. The Gulf of Aqaba, a northeastern extension of the sea, reaches southern Israel and southwestern Jordan. The Red Sea gets its name from a red algae. When this algae is in bloom, the water occasionally turns slightly red. Historically, it was also known to Western geographers as Mare Mecca, Sea of Mecca, and Sinus Arabicus, Gulf of Arabia. Some ancient geographers called the Red Sea the Arabian Gulf or Gulf of Arabia. The Red Sea is the northernmost tropical sea in the world, because its waters cross the Tropic of Cancer. It is extremely warm. Temperatures in its surface waters reach than 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and water evaporates from it at a prodigious rate, making it extremely salty. Because of its narrow confines and constricted connection to the global ocean, the salinity of the Red Sea gives it unique health benefits. The saline concentration is believed to improve blood circulation. Some archaeologists believe the Gulf of Aqaba is where Moses crossed the Red Sea. In addition, St. Catherine's Monastery on Mount Sinai is believed to be built where Moses received the Ten Commandments. The Red Sea is home to over 1,200 species of fish and 250 species of coral. Of these, 17% of the fish species and 8% of the coral species are endemic. 40% of the Red Sea is shallower than 100 meters (330 feet. And 25% of the Red Sea is less than 50 meters (164 feet) deep. That's a lot of area within recreational limits. The Red Sea is sometimes referred to as the underwater Garden of Eden. Gray reef sharks are the most commonly spotted species in Egypt's Red Sea, along with black and white type reef sharks, which are also often seen. Gray reef sharks are shy reef dwellers, have a stocky build, and grow to a maximum length of around 2 meters. The Red Sea is a vital artery for the world economy. Upwards of 10% of seaborne cargo sails through its waters every year, including the majority of Asian trade with Europe. The Suez Canal connects the Red Sea and the Mediterranean, which is the other sea in Egypt, to connect the Red Sea to the global maritime navigation network. Hurghada is the beach resort city of Egypt that stretches along the Red Sea for 40 kilometers. Hurghada used to be a small fishing village in the 1900s until the discovery of oil in 1913. After the production of oil, the city gradually became richer and richer. Eventually, Hurghada started to attract international attention thanks to its gorgeous beaches and sea around the 1970s. Now, the city is one of the most prominent scuba diving and snorkeling centers in the world. The city is located 455 kilometers away from the capital city Cairo, at the south end of the Gulf of Suez. You can drive or get a bus from Cairo in 5 hours and 30 minutes, or by plane from Cairo Airport in 1 hour, or you can come directly to Hurghada International Airport. Hurghada has a subtropical desert climate with hot summers and warm winters. November-February are good months for those who prefer milder weather. The Red Sea is one of the most popular places to dive. It's easy to see why. The water is clear, calm, and warm, and there are vibrant, colorful marine life in it. Whether you are an experienced diver or just a beginner, Hurghada is the perfect place to delve deep under the water. Most hotels provide diving excursions or courses that you can book. If you are a complete novice, you may take a taster dive in the swimming pool of your hotel. New Marina is a heaven on earth. Experience the beautiful sight of the large ships at the harbor, engage your taste buds in a variety of delicious dishes at the numerous hotels available, sample all your favorite drinks at the bars inside, and shop all you want at the chic malls such as Abanub Jewelry and LNOL. You can also take part in exciting sports such as scuba diving. Gifton Island is an island located in the Red Sea. This remarkable mass of land is home to warm lagoons, coral reefs, and pristine beaches. A quad bike safari on the desert near Hurghada is fun, exciting, and rewarding. You'll travel across the shifting sand dunes before reaching one of the traditional Bedouin villages. Here you can enjoy a nice cup of mint tea, talk to the nomads, and discover their way of life. There are other activities you can do, like take a boat trip, Hurghada Grand Aquarium, try some traditional local food, shopping. Excellent beaches, beautiful coral reefs, and some of the best dive spots in the world. Sharm El Sheikh may just be the perfect beach vacation destination. Plus, its prime location at the southern tip of the Sinai Peninsula and its proximity to the desert give the city an air of mystery and romance. Also known as the City of Peace due to the many international peace talks that have been held here, Sharm El Sheikh is perfect for a relaxing getaway or a fun-filled adventure. Sunbathe and swim at the beach, explore the old town, or visit the region's famous historical sites. Less than half a century ago, Sharm El Sheikh was a small Bedouin village. Today, it's a world-famous resort that appeals to all ages. Whether you're 8, 18, or 80, there are lots of great reasons to take a closer look at Sharm El Sheikh. The city is located 512 kilometers away from the capital city Cairo, at the south tip of the Sinai Peninsula. You can drive or get a bus from Cairo in 6 hours, or by plane from Cairo Airport in 1 hour, or you can come directly from Europe and Russia to Sharm El Sheikh International Airport. Also, a boat service operated by International Fast Ferries carries passengers to Sharm El Sheikh from Hurghada. The warm, clean, glassily clear waters off the coast of Sharm El Sheikh are a major draw for the world's serious scuba divers and beginners. The Red Sea is a carnival of flickering exotic sea life, from cartoonish clownfish, yes, you found Nemo, to slowly flapping stingrays and wriggling eels. In shallow waters, coral reefs in almost neon tones host blue-spotted rays, darting in and out, providing great sights for beginners, while experienced divers descend to amazing old shipwrecks. Sharm El Sheikh is on the map for its scuba diving, but the combination of strong winds and otherwise gentle marine conditions makes the Red Sea a place to get the hang of windsurfing. Naama Bay, at the northern end of the resort, is the place to head to. Plenty of outfits here offer lessons and equipment. The flatwater lagoon, separated from the open sea by a natural reef, is vast and shallow, so it's perfect for beginners. As you grow more experienced and speed up, it's time to head beyond the reef to see how you manage on small waves. Crammed with hotels for all budgets and dive centers for all abilities, Naama Bay has no trouble attracting tourist crowds. It's a natural sweep of a bay on the Sinai Peninsula, where, as well as the diving, the opportunities for snorkeling are plentiful and rewarding. Not that you need to be an activity addict to enjoy yourself here, the place is perfect for the sun-loving, fun-seeking beach bums. Stretch out and do zilch on the palm-edged golden sands, cool off in the clear blue waters, and get your card out for the buzzy bars, restaurants, and shops off the promenade. There are other activities you can do, like visit Al Mustafa Mosque, walk through the heavenly cathedral, enjoy Stargazer Night, stroll through the Old Market, visit Ras Mohammed National Park. The city of Dahab is a popular tourist destination in South Sinai. It is considered to be the second most famous city in Sinai, after the worldwide popular city of Sharm El Sheikh. Dahab means gold, and the city was named that because of its golden sand beaches. In the past, Dahab was only a small fishing town until the Egyptian government gave it more importance in the late 1990s and built a number of resorts and hotels there. The Egyptian government added a lot of services and facilities in different sections of the city to increase the number of the tourists who visit Dahab, and it has certainly paid off. Dahab is famous for its golden sand beaches, from which it took its name. This is besides its fascinating diving spots, as diving is the most popular activity to do in Dahab. The city is also famous for being the cheapest diving resort in Sinai in comparison to other resorts like Sharm El Sheikh and Ras Sudir. The city is located 536 kilometers away from the capital city Cairo. You can drive or get a bus from Cairo in 7 hours. Dahab is located 85 kilometers north of Sharm El Sheikh on the Gulf of Aqaba in Sinai Peninsula. There are a lot of interesting activities to do in Dahab, like camel riding and beach buggy safari, where you can ride into the desert and look at the amazing landscape. Dahab is also famous for its therapeutic centers, where people from all over the world come to be cured of different diseases, especially arthritis. Dahab has two especially exciting activity that it specializes in more than any other city in Sinai: windsurfing and sailing. This is because of the high speed of wind in Dahab due to the fact that the city is surrounded by mountains from all directions. Another famous activity in Dahab is skydiving. Tourists come from all over the world to try skydiving, and there are many skydiving schools and services around Dahab. Nuweiba means bubbling springs in Arabic. The 7 km long stretched settlement developed from a barren isolated place with no infrastructure into an attractive tourist destination. Hotels stretch along the coastline, connecting it with Taba in the north and Dahab in the south. The city is divided into 3 parts. From southward you'll find the port, the city, and Taraban, the Bedouin camp and beach strip where most backpackers stay. Nuweiba city lacks a center, but has a small strip of cheap restaurants, an internet cafe, and some souvenir shops. Along the beach in the city some resorts and more upscale camps are located. The city is located 470 kilometers away from the capital city Cairo. You can drive or get a bus from Cairo in 6 hours. Nuweiba is located in a unique place between Dahab to the south and from Taba, which is 85 kilometers north. On the Gulf of Aqaba in Sinai Peninsula, Nuweiba has an area that is around 5,097 kilometers and also contains a lot of tourist attractions such as hotels, restaurants, and diving centers. These have made the town an important tourist destination that is much cheaper than other resorts in Sinai like Sharm El Sheikh or Taba. Nuweiba is also different than any other city in Sinai because of the Bedouins that are still living in the city. This gives it a unique atmosphere because of the special habits and lives of the Sinai Bedouins. Major activities for tourists and Egyptians in Nuweiba are diving, snorkeling, going on safari trips, or chilling out on the beautiful beaches. Whether you are a professional diver or a beginner, you will find a suitable diving spot in Nuweiba and instructors to show you how. The city is also famous for its exceptional coral reefs that you can never find anywhere else around the world. Individual and group divers can enjoy their favorite sport with 4 equipped diving centers in Nuweiba. You can also rent a 4x4 car or ride a camel and go explore the secrets of the desert in Nuweiba and visit the many nearby water wells and drink healthy fresh mineral water. You can enjoy wonderful yoga sessions in the heart of the mountains in a surrounding that you will never ever forget. Taba is a paradise full of deluxe holiday resorts that overlooks the legendary beauty of the Red Sea. It is located along Egypt's famed Riviera, the Gulf of Aqaba. There is not much to do outside the resort hotels, just a few shops, restaurants, and a championship golf course with a free shuttle bus that runs between the hotel. However, slowly and surely more shops and restaurants are opening up each year. Taba is the perfect place to relax. If you enjoy lazing by the pool or on the beach with your family and friends, and a quiet drink in the evening, Taba is the ideal place for you. If you have visited Egypt before, but were put off by the constant hassle of vendors and beggars, Taba will seem like a breath of fresh air. The city is located 420 kilometers away from the capital city Cairo. You can drive or get a bus from Cairo in 5 hours and 30 minutes. Taba is located at the top of the Gulf of Aqaba between the mountains and plateau of eastern Taba from one side and the water of the Gulf of Aqaba on the other side. Taba is located 240 kilometers to the north of the famous resort of Sharm El Sheikh, and the town has a very strategic position near the borders of Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Israel, whose border is located on the edge of the city of Taba. In 1979, former Egyptian President Anwar al-Sadat signed the Camp David Treaty that required Israel to get out of Sinai, including Taba. In 1982, Egypt took control over all Sinai, except Taba, which was the last city that Egypt took from Israel in 1989 after a lot of political negotiations that the Egyptian president, Hosni Mubarak, had with Israeli authorities and the United Nations as well. Nowadays, Taba has become a growing tourist attraction because of its nature that contains two small inner gulfs, a number of lakes, and an island. The Egyptian government and foreign and local businessmen have built a lot of resorts in the area to take advantage of how popular it has become to visit. Egyptian government investment in Taba exceeded 900 million Egyptian pounds in infrastructure projects that included establishing roads and building houses. It also included a full sanitation line and a telephone landline. Foreign investment in Taba exceeded 3 billion pounds with a lot of resorts, diving centers, and hotels. The Egyptian government also built the Nakba airport near Taba that allows tourists to come to Taba and the nearby cities easily and quickly. One of the main features of Taba is the Hilton Taba Resort with all its facilities and amenities. It was built by the Israelis during their occupation and then sold to the Egyptians after they took control of the city in 1989. In 1988, Taba and the area around it were included in the protected area of Sinai to safeguard their amazing and beautiful nature. This area also includes the colored valley that was the result of an ancient river that passed through it. One of the valleys around the colored valley has historical inscriptions that go back to the Nabatean times and the Roman times as well. El Tour City, also known as Tur Sinai, is the capital of South Sinai Governorate. The city's name comes from the Arabic name of Gebel El Tour, the mountain where God gave Moses the 10 Commandments in the form of 2 stone tablets. For that reason, the city enjoys a religious esteem as a holy place in the monotheistic religions. The city encloses a large number of hotels, apartments, bungalows, and restaurants that provide its guests with all services and facilities to ensure the utmost level of relaxation and tranquility in the city. The city is located 397 kilometers away from the capital city Cairo, and 111 kilometers away from Sharm El Sheikh. You can drive or get a bus from Cairo in 4 hours and 45 minutes. Or by plane from Cairo Airport in 1 hour, or you can come to Sharm El Sheikh International Airport and drive or take a bus for 1 hour to El Tour. Moses Springs is situated about 3 kilometers from the city of El Tour. The place is distinguished with its sulfuric water springs, thermal underground waters, that could provide a useful natural resource and a therapy for skin and rheumatic diseases. The Temple of Sarabat El-Qadim is located on a small plateau north El Tur, in South Sinai. The name Sarabat is driven from the Bedouin word sarbat, erected pillar in Arabic. The word El-Qadim means servant. The remains of the Temple of Sarabat El-Qadim are the only considerable vestiges of the pharaonic buildings in Sinai. It includes names of people other than the royalty or gods. The city of Suez is the capital of a governorate that holds the same name, located to the east of the Nile Delta at the southern entrance to the Suez Canal. Suez has a long rich history dating back to the reign of the 6th Pharaonic dynasty in the middle of the 25th century BC, when the kings of ancient Egypt used the city to protect the eastern section of the country from outer invasions. The city has a surface area of around 10,000 square kilometers and a population estimated to be around 500,000 inhabitants, who mostly immigrated to Suez during the construction of the Suez Canal and afterwards. The people of Suez have shown great courage in defending their beloved city against different attacks through the modern history of the city, protecting it against the British and then the Israelis afterward. They bravely fought against the British army troops during the British occupation of Egypt in battles where the people of Suez were less in number and far less equipped, the lesson that taught them how to struggle hard for their rights and freedom. The 24th of October, 1973, has become the National Day of the City of Suez. This was when the people of Suez, with the help of the Egyptian army and police, prevented Israeli forces from entering the city through the Deverswar Gap. The city is located 140 kilometers away from the capital city Cairo. You can drive or get a bus or train from Cairo in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Suez is the closest city to Cairo on the Red Sea coast. It is located at the top of the Gulf of Suez, and at the southern entrance to the Suez Canal. There is little of interest to tourists inside the city of Suez except for watching large ships passing through the Suez Canal and relaxing over a cold drink near Port Hafik. The city is a great resting point for travelers going from Cairo to Sinai. Additionally, Suez is near some of the interesting sites in the canal region, like the beaches of Ain Sokhna located to the south of the city, or An Musa, and the Temple of Sarabat El-Qadim in Sinai. Despite the fact that the historical site of Ain Sokhna is not located inside the city of Suez, it is situated only 20 kilometers to the southeast of the city. You drive through the Ahmed Hamdi Tunnel to reach the Sinai Peninsula and come to Ain Sokhna, which means the springs of Moses. According to the Old Testament, this was where Moses turned a bitter spring into sweet drinking water after throwing a branch into it when he was instructed to do so by God. Although Ain Sokhna continued to be a source of fresh water for the local Bedouins of the area until the middle of the 19th century, only 2 springs of the 12 mentioned in the book of Exodus have survived until today. Ain Sokhna is a hidden gem offering magical access into the beauty of the Red Sea. Ain Sokhna is one of the most incredible locations found in Egypt, where every traveler can enjoy a number of very entertaining and memorable activities. The translation of Ain Sokhna in English is hot springs, and it was named like that due to the nearby sulfur springs which flow from Gebel Attaka, that is the eastern desert's northernmost mountain. The city is located 145 kilometers away from the capital city Cairo. You can drive or get a bus from Cairo in 2 hours. Ain Sokhna is in Suez Governorate. It is located between Suez city to the north and from Hurghada to the south. The amazing high mountains that are located in Ain Sokhna, the gorgeous clear water, the charming sandy beaches make it a perfect holiday destination for those who would like to experience the best skating, diving, fishing, and of course mountain climbing. That is not all, since the city plays a very essential role when it comes to therapeutic tourism because of its mineral and sulfur springs. Through Ain Sokhna, every traveler will get to explore St. Anthony's Monastery and the Monastery of St. Paul, plus a number of oases like Bahariya and Siwa, plus a number of mountains and canyons found in the western desert. Galila Mountain Project is one of the largest Egyptian projects. It includes El Galila City, Galila Ain Sokhna Resort that overlooks the Suez Gulf, Galila University, and lastly Sokhna Zafarana Road. The road is curved in the Galila Mountain, which makes the project an integrated and developed one. The Galila area adds a big value to the project as the area is geographically distinct and has a charming nature. It is the Galila city, located 700 meters above sea level. It is one of the most touristic attractions because of its distinctive climate, as its temperature is 10 degrees less than the other neighboring areas. Not just that, it is characterized by charming beaches. Safaga city is considered an extremely important center, particularly in the field of special medical research. The Safaga resort is reputable because of its unpolluted atmosphere, black sand dunes, and mineral springs, which have acquired specific characteristics for the remedy of rheumatoid arthritis and psoriasis. The city is located 522 kilometers away from the capital city Cairo, located 65 kilometers south of Hurghada. You can drive or get a bus from Cairo in 6 hours. Or by plane from Cairo Airport in 1 hour, or you can come to Hurghada International Airport and drive or take a bus for less than 1 hour to Safaga. It is a marine port that is connected by a cruise shuttle service line with Jordan and Saudi Arabia. Safaga's pure beaches and stiff breezes make it an outstanding spot for diving holidays. In spite of being an eminent diving and snorkeling site, Safaga is more renowned for kite and windsurfing, which made it the ideal setting for the 1993 World Windsurfing Championship. It also makes a perfect base for sightseeing, with the desert to the west holding as many treasures on dry land as the Red Sea holds beneath the surface to the east. Day trips by speedboats to the Firewall, Forbidden Reef, and the ferry wreck of Arish El Tour can be coordinated with local guides. Furthermore, trips could be arranged to the famous Tobia Islands, panorama of Abuqat and towering reefs, and the legendary Mons Claudianus, the ruins of a Roman settlement dating back to 68 AD, where granite buildings, rocks from surrounding mountains were used for the sole purpose of beautifying imperial Rome. Marsa Alam transformed from being just a small fishing village to become a famous sea resort and a center for diving and sea trips. The shore contains amazing coral reefs and diving spots. Marsa Alam also has an airport located 60 kilometers north of the city and can serve more than 50,000 passengers, which added to the huge development that the city went through. Flights from different European countries, especially Italy, come straight to Marsa Alam International Airport, with hundreds of tourists who chose Marsa Alam to spend their vacation. Unlike more commercial cities like Sharm El Sheikh and Hurghada, the beauty of Marsa Alam is still untouched with the harmful effects of modernization. The city is located 742 kilometers away from the capital city Cairo and 280 kilometers away from Hurghada. You can drive or get a bus from Cairo in 8 hours and 30 minutes. The beach is the best place to go in the morning. Most tourists prefer to spend the early morning at the beach after having a delicious breakfast. The beach has crystal clear water, shining sun, and wonderful white sand. When I reached the Camarilla Hotel, I was amazed to view all the appealing flower and tree gardens. This place is really paradise on earth. The gardens of the hotel are very colorful and amazing. I thought to myself that it is so sad that I don't have my fiancé with me. We would really have enjoyed this place. I promised myself that I would have my honeymoon at this particular hotel. When I went to the beach, a lot of tourists were enjoying the sea, snorkeling, and swimming. Maybe more than 90% of the guests were Italians. I learned afterward that charters come from Rome and Milan straight to Marsa Alam with a lot of Italian tourists. Other morning activities in Marsa Alam include playing all sorts of sports. Most of the resorts in Marsa Alam have tennis, football, volleyball, and table tennis. There are tennis instructors that can teach advanced and beginner players. A lot of tourists spend the afternoon playing volleyball before going swimming later in the day. The most common activity in Marsa Alam is diving. There are many diving centers in Marsa Alam that offer modern equipment that is all imported from Europe. There are also some European diving centers that have opened branches in Marsa Alam. The best diving centers in the city include Deep South, Wadi Gimel, Ocean Pro and Aquarius. Thank you for watching. In the next videos, we will talk in more detail about Sharm El Sheikh, Hurghada, Dahab, and Ain Sokhna in separate videos to be a tourist reference for you, and enjoy the amazing cities of the Red Sea. Subscribe to the channel to receive all new, and do not forget to like the video and share the comments with us if you have any suggestions.